Good morning, students. In the previous lecture, we discussed the first two cases for the simplicity of alternating group for n greater than equal to 5. In today's lecture, we will discuss the remaining two cases. So, the case 3 is in which sigma 1 is a cycle of length 3 and all the other sigma i's, they are transpositions. Transpositions means they are cycles of length 2. Now, because sigma 1 is a cycle of length 3, so let us take sigma 1 consisting of the elements a1, a2 and a3. Here a1 goes to a2, a2 goes to a3 and a3 goes to a1. And sigma 2, sigma 3, sigma 4 up to sigma k, they are transpositions. Now because alpha was the product of disjoint cycles sigma 1, sigma 2, sigma 3 up to sigma k, and this is an element of H. Let us find alpha square. So that will be sigma 1 square, sigma 2 square, sigma 3 square up to sigma k square. Alpha square belongs to H. Now because sigma 2, sigma 3, sigma 4 up to sigma k, they are transpositions. Transpositions means they are the cycles of length 2. It means order of each sigma I from I varying from 2 to k, that is 2. So by definition of order sigma I square, that will be identity. So sigma 2 square will be identity, sigma 3 square will be identity, and so on up to sigma k square, that is also identity. So we are left with sigma 1 square into identity, that belongs to H. So we get sigma 1 square belongs to H. Now substituting the value of sigma 1 is a cycle consisting of elements a1, a2 and a3. Now its square belongs to H. So let us simplify the product. Here a1 goes to a2, a2 goes to a3 and a3 goes to a1. If you find the product of this cycle with itself, from here you can see a1 goes to a2, then a2 goes to a3. So finally a1 goes to a3, a2 goes to a3, then a3 goes to a1. So finally a2 goes to a1, a3 goes to a1, then a1 goes to a2. So finally we can see a3 goes to a2. This cycle belongs to H. Thus we have obtained a cycle of length 3 which belongs to H. And in the second lemma we had already discussed, if a normal subgroup H of alternating group contains a cycle of length 3, then H is same as the alternating group An. So we have obtained H is same as An. So this completes the case 3. Now I'll discuss the last case. In the last case, all the sigma i's are transpositions. So let us take sigma 1 is the transposition having the elements a1 and a2, and sigma 2 is the transposition consisting of elements a3 and a4. Now let us consider an element sigma by taking the elements from sigma 1 and sigma 2. So let us take theta is the cycle of length 3 in which a3 goes to a4, a4 goes to a1 and a1 goes to a3. Now because theta is an even permutation, so that belongs to An and H is normal subgroup of An. So by definition normal subgroup, the product of theta, alpha and theta inverse, that will belong to H. Now substituting the value of theta, alpha and theta inverse, this product belongs to H. Now because the symbols in theta, these three elements, they are in sigma 1 and sigma 2 also. So theta will commute with sigma 3, sigma 4, sigma 5 and so on up to sigma k. So by using the commutative property here, we get sigma 3, sigma 4, sigma 5 into and so on up to sigma k into theta, into sigma 1, into sigma 2, into the cycle a1, a4, a3. This product belongs to H. Now let us find this product which is the product of the 4 cycles. Now in the first cycle theta, a3 goes to a4, a4 goes to a1 and a1 goes to a3. Here in the second cycle a1 goes to a2 and a2 goes to a1. In the third cycle a3 goes to a4 and a4 goes to a3. In the last cycle, a1 goes to a4, a4 goes to a3 and a3 goes to a1. If you find the product, you can see here a1 goes to a4, here a4 goes to a3, here a3 goes to a3, then here a3 goes to a4. So finally A1 goes to A4. A2, here A2 goes to A2, then here also A2 goes to A2, then here A2 goes to A1, and here A1 goes to A3. So finally we can say A2 goes to A3. In the same way you can find the image of A3 and A4 also. So finally we have obtained A1 goes to A4, A4 goes to A1. This is the first cycle, and A2 goes to A3, A3 goes to A2. This is the second cycle. So we have obtained the value of product of the 4 cycles. We can substitute that value in equation number 5. So fifth equation becomes sigma 3 into sigma 4 into sigma 5 up to sigma k into the cycle consisting of A1 and A4 into the cycle consisting of A2 and A3. This product belongs to H. Now because H is a subgroup and alpha belongs to H, so the inverse of alpha, that will also belong to H. By closure property, the product of these two elements, that also belongs to H. So we have obtained alpha inverse into this expression, that belongs to H. Now substituting the value of alpha inverse, that is sigma k inverse, sigma k minus 1 inverse, and so on up to sigma 1 inverse into this expression, this product belongs to H. Now you can see here, because sigma i's are disjoint cycles and disjoint cycles commutes, so sigma 3 into sigma 3 inverse, that will become identity, sigma 4 into sigma 4 inverse, that will become identity, and so on, sigma k into sigma k inverse, that will become identity. So we are left with sigma 2 inverse into sigma 1 inverse into A1 A4, this cycle, into the cycle A2 A3, that belongs to H. Now find the product of these 4 cycles. Here you can see A2 goes to A3, here A3 goes to A3, here also A3 goes to A3, here A3 goes to A4. So finally A2 goes to A4. In the same way here A1 goes to A1, and here A1 goes to A4, here A4 goes to A4, and here A4 goes to A3. So finally A1 goes to A3. Here A3 goes to A2, then here A2 goes to A2, here A2 goes to A1, and here A1 goes to A1. So finally A3 goes to A1. Here A4 goes to A4, then here A4 goes to A1, here A1 goes to A2, and here A2 goes to A2. So finally A4 goes to A2. So we have obtained the cycle in which you can see A2 goes to A4, A1 goes to A3, A3 goes to A1, and A4 goes to A2. You can write it as the product of two transpositions. You can see A1 goes to A3 and A3 goes to A1. This becomes one cycle, and the another cycle in which A2 goes to A4 and A4 goes to A2. Thus we have written this cycle as the product of two transpositions. These are disjoint transpositions, and in the third lemma we had discussed that if any normal subgroup H of An contains the product of disjoint transpositions, then H is identical as An. So we have proved H is equal to An. So in all the 4 cases we have proved that An is same as H. So this proves that An is simple for n greater than or equal to 5. So this completes the proof of your theorem.